All right, so I started putting this back on there. I didn't know how long it was going to take to get it started, so I didn't bother filming because I didn't want to be filming for like an hour. But it only took about 5 minutes, but I had to kind of wrestle it and smash it into submission and stuff like that. So at this point, it's almost on there. I got to get these two surfaces lined up. So plan is to just kind of rotate that center spindle until it drops in place. It's clocked correctly, but it just needs to get pushed over. I think I got some slag in there from when I plasma cut it. Oh, she's close. You know, this might end up being a lot easier than I thought. Let's give it a spin here and see what it looks like. That's high, so it's high right here. But I can't tell if it's, I think it might be the stump jumper itself is deformed. So still kind of iffy right there. Yeah, we got to smash that. And while we're talking about smashing things, smash the like button. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's when you get down and kind of look at it, it's kind of doing this. But I think this whole thing is just warped. Man, it is pretty close in there. I mean, it's like sitting there perfect almost. Yeah, like right there. I don't know. I think we might just say, let's do her. Let's weld it. So I'm gonna hit the pause button here for a little bit and drag out the small stick welder because the big one's buried, and if I want to use that one, I got to move this whole thing around the corner of the barn, open up the garage door, and then you know, it's like right there. But I'm going to use the small stick welder and set the amperage as high as it'll go and just see what we can do. All right, be right back. All right, got the little welder going. Like some little $80 welder at Tractor Supply. Price was right. It works good for small stuff. So we're just going to see how it does on this and pray for the best. It would help if you plugged it in. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that thing had a cooling fan. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So I'm having difficulty seeing down in there without really laying on this thing. I don't want to lay on it too much because it's kind of sort of level. So actually I think we got to raise the tractor up a little bit. Yeah, it's a little more stable. Now I can lean on it. Alright, so either we pop the breaker or we trip the overload in that. So we did pop a breaker, but not the one I was thinking of. Because I was going to say that's a 20 amp breaker. So the electrical reel, spring loaded thingy that retracts the cord when you're done using it, that's got its own little breaker on the side that popped. So I don't know. Actually I'm going to move over to the other side now and get that other side so that I'm not making it lopsided with the weld, because the weld's going to cool and retract. So I want it to retract or shrink balanced. Well, I'm trying to go back and forth on this thing, but it's a little difficult. I'm using 6011 because it's all full of rust and stuff down there, so I'm trying to burn through as much of that crud as possible, but it's, you can kind of hear it's not burning consistently. Come on now. kind of got going a little good at the end there. There may be some hope yet. Come on, Rod. Now the question is, how do I get the slag out of there? Stay tuned. I'm gonna go rummage for some tools. So I got some tools, but a thought dawned on me. A crazy person would actually test this about now before they went any further with, with the welding. So I think I have a way to do that. It's gonna be a little unorthodox, but we're gonna give it a shot. Be right back. All right, I know what you're thinking. He's nuts. I'm thinking the same thing. So I got the PTO hooked up there. We're supporting it with the other tractor. I actually did lift this up a little bit because it was actually more of an angle like that. And when I'm sitting in the cab on this one, I'm like, hey, you know what? That's pointed right at me. So, all right, we're just gonna do low RPM and give it a quick squirt on the PTO and see what happens. If it looks like it's going to destabilize or anything like that, I'm going to shut it right off, and we'll just kind of feel our way through it. Not too bad. It does look like there's still one spot in here that's kind of lopsided. Oh, I gotta disconnect the power. See, the nice thing when you have the front PTO or the mid PTO is you just throw the selector lever all the way to the front and it puts the rear in neutral. That one spot there where that mark is, that's still kind of high. But I think relative to everything else in here, I mean, it's I don't know. I think we'll go with it. I think what I'm going to do is put another bead or two down in the bottom and kind of feather that back and forth and try to, grab as much material as I can in there, and then we're going to make the top, see what happens. I may try just pounding the hell out of that with a sledgehammer or the dead blow or something, and just try to flatten it down or smush it or something. I don't know, it could, maybe it's designed that way. Maybe the whole thing is supposed to flex. Maybe once you get it up to actual like operating RPM, maybe the whole thing just like trues out and it's like smooth as glass. I don't know. We'll see. The Sprout is looking at me like it's dinner time, so we're gonna have to take a little hiatus here. Dinner time? Dinner time? All right. All right, and we're back. Our test went pretty good, I think. Nothing blew up, nobody died. It is a little bit high there. I'm going to try smashing on that with the hammer in a little bit. But I'm going to try and get some of the slag off the inside of there because I'm going to lay down some more beads in there. Okay, let's get the gloves back on. Get some rod on the ready. Alright, here we go. Well, there's still a spot right in here where apparently I'm only going to get one pass on that. I think what I'm going to do is just hold the MIG there for a while and fill in that with molten metal. Yeah, I think we're ready for the MIG at this point. See that coming. I don't know. Looks good to me. Lottery, I'm going to put in a concrete floor. Come on, holy cow. power. Helmet. These powers combined, I am Captain Welder. Sorry, grew up with Captain Planet. What can I say? Although I don't think you'd want water as one of your welding components. Or earth. Alright, let's see what we get here. We get ground clamp, we get ground clamp lottery is what we get. Let's just get back up here. You know, that other clamps seem to really do a lot better. If this thing sucks, I'll just swap that one onto the machine. There we go. It's a little bit too much voltage. It's more like it. What we got going on here? Followed that already. Ay, ay, ay. And as it turns out, you can actually go all the way down in there with the wire. So I could have MIG'd the whole thing and been done by now. Alright, so I'm not going to lie, my confidence in this repair just increased like tenfold. Now that I'm laying down some really hot beads in there. So, that's the trick. Just threading the needle with the MIG wire. And this is going down about that far before it's making contact. I guess it's impressive, I don't know. Yep, all those sketchy stick welds are getting smoothed right out. All right, I think we can start around the top now. So yeah, if I'd known that I could have done this, I'd have just done that from the beginning. But once you get an idea in your head, you know, I figured I'd just get down in there with the stick welder because this would never do it. But come to find out, it would. So you know, the next time it breaks. Back on there. Alright, we're gonna let that welder run a little bit, let the fan go, cool it off. Let's have a look-see. Not the prettiest welds in the world, but they're in there good and hot. Cut some gas bubbles here and there. I think that was just probably rust or, you know, organic material burning up. So, hey, it is what it is. What do we got for daylight here? Gonna be close. Let's get this thing flipped upside down or right side up or whatever. Get it on the big tractor and see what we get. Tells me that's supposed to be further up. Oh, come on now. Figures. So, like I was alluding in the other videos prior, we're going to go up to an area where there's nobody around, turn this thing on and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't self-destruct, hopefully it doesn't sound like crap. You know, it would be kind of annoying if it sounded like a trash can rolling downhill. What time is it? Oh, I don't know. It's probably, I don't have a clock in this machine, and my phone's videoing, so I don't really have any way of knowing what time it is. So here's the garden. Well, actually, this is the tomato and pepper garden. They're doing quite well. So far, so good anyway. Got some tomatillos mixed in there with them. Me and the Sprout have a kind of an informal competition going. She's got a tomatillo, I've got one. Mine's doing better. I don't know why. I didn't do anything to it. But So far I'm winning. I guess I'm okay with that. I don't really even know if I like tomatillos, honestly. They might be in salsa or something, but it's not like a favorite pastime of mine to go munch on tomatillos. Sprout apparently likes them, so good for her. Now I could rev this thing up and go faster, but it's pretty bumpy, and I'd rather not shake us apart. Oh boy, I can feel the excitement building. So here's the corn we were weed whacking the other day. It's doing pretty good. They hayed the other half of this field, so at some point they're going to come down here and do the rest of it. I did a little brush hogging over there on the edge. That was all scrub brush and garbage. There's still quite a bit of weed in the edge of the field there, so it's plainly obvious that I didn't mow any hay. Alright, this is about good. There's a big pile of brush here that should intercept the blades if they decide to go off into orbit. Alright, we gotta put our PTO back in. I'm gonna lift up all the way in the hitch there so that the mower kind of has some back angle to it. I got the tire chains on, so hopefully if it goes flying, we don't break a tire. Oh boy, here we go. A little bit of a vibration, not too bad. Not bad at all. We are at mowing RPM, and you know, I'm a little optimistic here. I'm gonna. Whoa, I didn't like that. I don't know, it's vibrating a little bit more, but honestly, it was vibrating about the same as when I was using it. So let's proceed slowly. That vibration has gone away. It's kind of coming and going. Oh, it's starting to fog up in here. I gotta turn the AC on. Well, this excitement, it's, you know, fogging the thing up. So we're gonna run over some good sized brush here. Oh, there's a big root ball in there. This will be a good test. Kind of dragging that root ball. Here, let's lift up, get out from under it, get on top of it. Okay, here we go. Sound like it did anything, but it's all gone. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's the edge that I put on those blades. Now it's actually cutting instead of just smashing. So we didn't hear any feedback. And it does kind of have a little vibration to it. I got it up in the air. Alright, so we're just going to run this thing right over. That's why it helps to have a front bucket when you're mowing, so that you can kind of lay things down ahead of you. Something worked its way up out of there. And we'll just kind of let it ride with us. What can we run over here? a little dark, ain't it? There we go. We need four-wheel drive too. Like a mower. Oh, is that a maple? Yeah, we don't want to get that maple. Oh, and that's the apple tree. We don't want to get too far into that. Let's go right through here. There we go. Oh, that ash tree just ate it. More ash tree. The only problem with tire chains when you're brush hogging is sometimes you get material stuck in them, and then it kind of rides around and around on the wheel. Usually I can manage to kind of get that stuff to unwind and then trap it with the front wheels. You know, pinch it down to the ground, and then it'll come off. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just go through this grass here. I guess we'll have to call it a night because it's getting kind of dark. Not too bad. What is that? Can't tell if that's an apple tree or... No, that's definitely not an apple tree. Sayonara. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so let's see what she does when we turn it off. If it's gonna, see, it's shaking a little bit. If I brace the phone on the seat back, you can kind of see there's a little bit of vibration. It is what it is. Let's see if it destabilizes when we shut down. Frog or something just ran across there. Well, I think it's gonna be okay. I'll do some mowing here. I'm gonna do some pretty heavy duty shitting of stuff in the daytime. You know, it's getting kind of late right now. Yeah, I'm gonna beat the crap out of this thing and make sure that it's good to go before I bring it up to my neighbors and do some mowing for him. So I hate to have the thing grenade while I'm there, or anywhere else for that matter. So probably gonna hang on to this brush hog for the rest of my life because I don't dare sell it to anybody. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. You know, so far so good. It's eating stuff up, and it hasn't blown up yet. So, and I'll probably take it up in the air tomorrow during the day at some point and get a look underneath it and just make, see if there's anything obvious. I doubt it because, everything's fresh weld and everything at this point, but, if there was something catastrophically wrong at this point, maybe it would show a crack or two or something, but, we'll see after I beat up on it. I'm going to have to gobble up some rocks. In fact, the rock that did it in is right up there, so I'm probably going to run that guy over again. Yeah, I know it's going to tear up the blades and everything, but, I got to test this thing the way it would be used in real life, because you're going to randomly find rocks and stumps and all sorts of other crap when you're mowing. So I'd rather know what it's going to do on my terms rather than find out the hard way. So that about does it. I got to get everything put away. I got to help the Sprout with bird chores before we go in for the night. So I think we're doing good right now. We'll see how it does tomorrow. All right, have a good one, everybody.